My name is Padmini Peris. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I grew up in Sri Lanka in a town called Badulla. It's a very small country town. It's a very simple and happy childhood. 8 in the family. We lost one of the brothers. So 7 of us, 4 girls and 4 boys. My mother was a school principal. My father was a public servant. And they brought us up in very, very loving and caring and very supportive environment. Sinhalese Buddhist. So education was very important. All my siblings have done really well. I was, from the young age, was I guess academically gifted. I did really well. Unfortunately, until I met my ex-husband. I was very young, and I think being grown up in a very sheltered family, we were not exposed to the bad things in the world, and I thought I could change the world by being a loving and caring partner. So I didn't have much experience in boys at that age, very young age. So I thought I was in love with this person, and as soon as I finished my studies, started working, and then I got married to him at the age of 20 against my parents' wishes. And that was a disaster from the beginning. I was sexually, mentally, physically abused from the first day onwards throughout my time I spent with my ex-husband. I fell pregnant straight away within a month of getting married. So even during my pregnancy, I went through quite a lot of hardships. I was about 40 kilos at that time. I only put on about 3 kilos during the pregnancy. But my son was born healthy. My life since then revolved around my son. I only lived because I wanted to make sure my son's life is going to be better. So my 2 sisters and their husbands, together they planned to sponsor me and get me to Australia. Somehow I managed to escape my ex-husband, and then as soon as I got the divorce, I managed to get the visa and came to Australia at the age of 28. With my son, he was about 6 years at that time. It was an excitement. I knew nobody could harm my son ever again, because we were going over the ocean where my ex-husband could not touch my son. It was at the same time learning a lot of those things as to survival, and there are a lot of things. I had to learn the system, I had to learn to drive, I had to be the mother, father, everything. And but it wasn't a problem at all, because I was free. He's good. He's now 36 years old, and he had difficulties, having gone through a lot of trauma in his childhood, but he has overcome all those things, and we are very close. Life got better, yes. I sort of like I furthered studies, I did more degrees. I met my now husband. He's wonderful. He's the one who actually got me out of my shell and allowed me to be myself. That changed my life, and I'm eternally grateful. I was working at New Children's Hospital at Westmead at that time. I found a lump on my left breast. It was very palpable lump. The week before, I actually went to see the GP to get my pap smear done. Because I waited there for so long in the queue, waiting to see her, I forgot to, normally she would remember to examine my breast. Because at that time I didn't know about the mammograms or breast screenings whether it was available for women at that age. And not only that, I was very healthy and fit, and I was always very health conscious, and looked after myself. I made sure all the blood tests are taken on time, pap smears are done, self-examine the breasts, did all the right things by the book. And not only that, I did not have any risk factors involved in having breast cancer. So the day I found the lump, the same day I went to see the doctor. The next day I got the ultrasound and mammograms done, and then straight away was diagnosed with quite aggressive type, and the lump was large too, about 30 millimeters. And I saw the reports, the biopsy, the fine needle biopsy report, and I knew it was grade 3. Then everything started from there. I was 43 years old. I was surprised because I used to self-examine my breast, and my GP used to do once a year. So it was very unlikely. I was a very unlikely person to get breast cancer. I did lose my hair, and before I went through chemotherapy, a friend of ours, a doctor, told my husband, better get a wig, because otherwise women get more emotional about losing the hair. So before you lose it, go and get a matching wig, so that will then she won't be upset about the hair loss. I still didn't bother about it. We went and bought a very expensive wig, and doctors told me 9th day, 10th day you would lose your hair. 9th day nothing happened. 10th day I went into the shower. I felt my head was a little bit itchy, and while I put shampoo and conditioner, and suddenly I looked down and there was all the hair on the bathroom floor. So I called my husband. He brought a shopping bag and he filled it up, and at that time I saw tears pouring down his eyes. That time he and then he got me to sit down, shave the head. I wasn't crying for hair loss, but I was crying because my husband was upset. That was it. And then I put the wig on. It didn't look me at all. It looked too glamorous. I never did much to my hair. I always put a clip or something. So I just went without anything, because when it was cold I would wear a scarf or a hat or something. If not, it didn't bother me at all. And then after that I lost eyebrows, eyelashes, everything. Again, it didn't bother me at all, because they are all superficial. We all lose those things one day anyway. They both shaved their heads, and so we have photos with all 3 bald-headed people in the family. I sometimes cried, asking, what have I done to deserve this much caring? Apart from my 2 sisters and my family, the Sri Lankan community, throughout my illness, not only during the illness, even afterwards, but sometimes 2 years later, they have organized services at the temple, the churches, then some other prayer sessions, and they brought food. They brought so much food, and the fridge and freezer food. I couldn't eat much because I was on chemotherapy, but for my husband, and the support was unbelievable. I'm really grateful to all my friends and family. There are some strangers too. 7 years I suddenly found a lump on the right breast too. So I had to go through the same thing again. The chemotherapy, surgery, chemotherapies, radiation, everything. I always think about, in this country, I'm blessed. I have all the support from the health department, the medical facilities, the doctors, the radiographers and the clinicians, all the other people involved in it. I always think that I don't focus on the things I don't control. Things like me getting sick is beyond my control. But I have control over how I deal with it and how I live my life. I always kept my exercise levels up, and I always eat well, because in this world nobody else would look after me if I don't look after myself. That's my attitude. If I'm well, if I'm good, I can look after my family as well. Please go and get the test done. Sometimes I heard some of my friends were telling me, I have a lump, I have a small lump, I don't know, I don't want to go and get it tested, because the cancer cells grow very fast. If you have that in your body, without you knowing, it can grow fast and then it can break and go into other areas of the body, and by the time you find out, it might be too late. Look after yourself. You're number one, because without you looking after yourself, you can't help anybody else. Pink Sari project is very close to my heart, and my message is to everybody, please get yourself tested. It's not that hard. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Most probably the tomorrow would never come, so it would be too late. So just get the test done, screening done, and once a year or so, like, you can do your own self-examination of breast. If you're scared about it, talk to somebody who has experience, the knowledge. There are professionals available in the hospitals, clinics, GPs, places. Talk to them and get help. There's a lot of support available. Life is a blessing. Every day I'm alive.